Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation, huh?
Hey, you know, for those of you who knew him, some of you may not, but shout out Rob. I'd like to believe he would be here today. I think he was probably planning on it, so ride for Rob today. Ride safe. Let's have a good ride today.
Now, I don't mean to sound like your dad, because we all know this, but sometimes it's good to have a little reminder that safety is your #1 priority. And it is the #1 undisputed most important thing when cycling. Welcome back to another episode of 3 Minute Thursday, brought to you in collaboration with Robby Cycles, the show where we teach you how to get the most fun out of your bike in 180 seconds or less. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video so you can watch more videos just like this one, linked in the 3 Minute Thursday playlist. Now, I'm normally a pretty cautious rider, and previous to this week, I've only had one crash where I've gotten even a little bit hurt in the past almost 10 years that I've been cycling seriously. But on Sunday, Fixie King Patrick hosted a big group ride here in Sacramento with about 120 riders. Now, I've ridden group rides a lot, and I consider myself to be a pretty polite rider when it comes to making my intentions clear and, not crashing into people or things. But as we were coming down the I Street Bridge here in Sacramento, a lot of us were picking up speed. I Street Bridge goes on to J Street. Again, there's over 100 of us. So we're all doing 20 plus miles an hour into the busiest street in Sacramento. I tried to take a right here to split the lane, but in my blind spot, a guy is trying to pass me, so my choices are very limited since I'm in the leftmost lane. I could either take that right and crash right into that guy in my blind spot, I could keep going straight into the back of this delivery truck, or I can go left in this very narrow space with my very wide bars and hope it works out. I decided to take choice number 3. And as I did, I realized that I had no exits here. And my bars, there was no way that they were going to clear this narrow gap between this parked car and this delivery truck. So then my choices became, do I hit the parked car or do I hit the delivery truck? And I chose to go and hit the delivery truck as to not damage someone's personal vehicle, and the rest is, well, honestly, I can only blame myself. There's a ton of things that I could have done to ride more safely. For starters, I knew there was 100 people there. I could have ridden more carefully. I could have scrubbed my speed when coming down off of that bridge and onto the busiest street in Sacramento. Before the ride, I could have swapped to my drop bars. Bars too wide. Should have put the drops on. And I could have been more aware of what was going on behind me and exactly who was where and how close they were behind me before coming down the bridge so that I could have enough space to take a lane. Luckily, even though this is the worst bike accident that I've had, it was still pretty minor. I just dusted myself off, straightened out my handlebars, realized that nothing was broken or sprained, and finished the ride and my ride home. You should always ride below your limit, because once you're riding at your limit, that is the point where mistakes happen. I don't care how experienced you are, I don't care how many sick edits you've done, I don't care how much hot shit you think you are. It only takes one mistake in the wrong situation to put you off the bike for good. And with that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, I'll see you guys in the new year. And also, if you've had any accidents where you've really learned from that experience, be sure to let me know in the comments so that we can encourage each other to ride safely and reasonably dangerously. And Fixie family shoutouts to Zane Kolnik, Scott Palangi, Ryan Witt, Robby Andaya, Kelvin Ho, Justin Javier, Julian Corona, Henry Grant, Gio Dezera, David K, and Brandon Black for helping to make these fixed gear videos possible through their support on Patreon. And stop watching me right now because life is short, but don't make it shorter, so be sure to ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous.